Hello, everyone. This is PamelaTopjian, and I want to talk a little bit about mindfulness. So, mindfulness is really just all about awareness, just taking it all in, not letting yourself get stuck in the past, ruminating about things from your past, or being stuck in always striving for what's next, always looking towards the future, working towards something, moving in a direction. Sometimes you need to just pause and reflect and notice your feelings, notice whatever's going on around you with all of your senses. Talking about our emotions and our feelings without judgment, just noticing, what am I feeling right now? And why? Why am I feeling this way, however it is? So being aware and reflecting on it and not having a judgment about it. If I am feeling anxious or depressed or angry or whatever feeling that you're having, don't judge yourself on how you're feeling. Rather, learn from it. Learn from your environment. How am I feeling and why am I feeling this way? Maybe it's something within you, and maybe that's a good way to learn about yourself, to learn about what you might need more healing around or more work on or things you need to process. So that's being mindful of your own feelings and emotions and your own inner self. How am I feeling today? How am I feeling about this situation and why? And then what can I do about it or what can I do differently? So that's the reflecting part of it. Just when you're walking outside, grounding yourself, if it's possible, take off your shoes and really connect with the earth or the surface that you're walking on. I know a lot of times that's not possible, but you can touch a tree, you can touch the plants, even feel the softness of the flower petals or some of the leaves. Some are very soft, some are more dainty and more delicate, and others are really hardy. Just feel them, smell them, touch them. Maybe make a little bit of a connection, just stop and reflect and touch a tree, touch some grass, touch the dirt. That's all part of being mindful when you're outside, being aware of your surroundings, engaging all of your senses. It's the same thing when you're eating. So some people don't realize that eating is, putting something in your mouth and chewing it is part of the digestive process. That's where digestion starts, is in your mouth when you're chewing, mixing with your saliva, certain enzymes, and just the munching, the chewing of the food, breaking it down, getting it ready for the rest of the digestion process. So, don't just scarf your food and watch a movie or eat something really quickly and run or eat while you're driving. I understand that sometimes it's not always possible to take your time when you're eating, but that's a huge part of mindfulness as a lifestyle or living more mindful is taking time to chew everything fully, realizing that's the first part of the digestion process. And if you're having issues, digestive issues, a big part of that could be just gulping things down, swallowing things almost whole, without really chewing, without taking that time. So, taste every taste that you're tasting. No, so taste every bite of your food. And as you chew it, notice, is the flavor changing? Is there a flavor that's lingering? What am I tasting? Is this salty? Is this sweet? Is this bitter? Does it taste, fruity? Does it taste savory? Does it taste nutty or earthy? Take that pause to reflect and notice, be aware. So also, when you're talking and listening to somebody, when you're having a conversation, try not to think about what you're going to respond with or what you want to say next. Listen and be aware of what they're saying. Where is this person coming from? Try to understand what's in their heart, what's in their mind, what's in their soul. Where are they coming from? What are they trying to give to you or present to you? Or, are they looking for any kind of validation, any kind of advice, any kind of camaraderie, or just that interaction? Or is this a topic that they are really interested in and they're trying to let you know that this is something they're passionate about as their family member or their friend? Just sharing something that they are passionate about with you. So, give them that respect and listen. Or are they telling you something that they think is helpful for you, something that you need to know? Just listen, basically. Be aware rather than always thinking of what you're going to say next or, paying attention to you know, their hair, their jewelry, their clothes. That's good because that is being aware. But when you're having a conversation, pay attention to what the other person is saying. It's a big part of mindfulness in your relationships, right? Taking it all in, engaging all your senses. When you're cooking, how do different smells and scents change as you go through the cooking process, as you add ingredients, or as you're cooking things, how you're cooking them? How is that affecting you? Is this a recipe from someone special, something that you've always done, or is it something you just are trying for the first time? How does that make you feel? Are you have other feelings about the recipe itself or about the food itself that is more ingrained within you? Or is it just something that you wanted to try? Be aware of the different spices, the different seasonings, um, your feelings while you're cooking it. Be mindful about it is not trying to rush. Be engaged in what you're doing. If you're cooking and you're listening to a podcast or music, or an audiobook, you're not fully engaged in what you're doing. The same with eating, or if you're outside, if you're going for a hike or a walk or a jog or anything like that, or you're out playing with your pets. If you're listening to a podcast or music or an audiobook, you're not really fully engaged. So it's about awareness, it's about reflection, it's about pausing, it's about being all in. That's really what mindfulness is, just being all in, being aware of what's on the inside of you, being aware of what's going on around you, being aware of what you're doing fully, right? Engaging your senses, which I've said before. You don't want to be lost in always thinking about the past or having any kind of regrets or things that you wish you did differently in the past or anything like that. Some people are so stuck there and you live a life of anxiety or depression. And if you're feeling those feelings, being mindful about it is reflecting on those feelings, maybe journaling about them, maybe meditating or praying about them, or you know, just having that mindfulness of awareness of your own self and where are these feelings coming from and what am I feeling and why am I feeling this and what is it here to teach me and what can I do differently? So I hope this wasn't too jumbly and mumbly, but thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And if you got something out of this at all, please like and share and subscribe and all those good things. And thanks for being here.